the government can go after that when normally they would be able to because you were part of this partnership. Hey, Jeff Marsanti, the Plain English Attorney. I am on location in St. Augustine, Florida. Now, I know we've been doing a lot of videos recently that are mainly from the studio, and that's because we've been spending an awful lot of time creating and uploading a whole bunch of courses on diverse areas of law and other things at plainenglishattorney.com. But now that we've got most of those basics, even though we still have a few other courses we're going to be working on and putting together over time, we can get back to doing some more videos like this. So even though I'm taking a couple of days off, supposedly, still going to do some videos, but Kathy and our friend Mary are photographing birds at an alligator sanctuary that's down here. So, all right. I'm tagging along. So today's video, I'm going to go through 3 sneaky ways that the government makes itself your beneficiary. Something you might want to avoid. All right, so I'm here at the Airbnb we got for the next couple of days. That's our base of operations. So nice out on the porch, just got back from the gym. And let's go over now that first way that the government sneakily becomes your beneficiary in your estate plan. And unfortunately, a lot of you are probably in this boat, and it's IRAs and 401ks and all of those other tax deferred accounts that you're putting money away in for retirement. Now, having these accounts in and by themselves is not a bad thing. You can end up growing money tax deferred, and it grows and it grows. However, when you overfund those types of accounts, when you keep putting more and more and more and more and more money in, and it grows to astronomical levels, you end up paying huge taxes in retirement. Well, wait a minute. Aren't I supposed to put this money away so that by the time I'm in retirement and I'm taking money out, I'm in a lower tax bracket? Unfortunately, the people who really push money into those accounts, they're sometimes paying higher tax rates than when they were working at their peak. So it's not bad to just put money away into 401ks and IRAs, but you got to be smart about it to make sure you're minimizing it. So where does the government become your beneficiary? It's not just when you are paying income taxes when that money comes out. When you're leaving money to the next generation, they're going to have to pay income taxes on the entire amount over, at most, a 10-year period. So if you've overfunded your retirement accounts to the point where, all right, let's say you've got 2 kids and there's $2 million, all right, that's $100,000 per year per kid, and that's not even counting the growth in that 10-year period when they put it into an inherited IRA. That's kind of the best case scenario at that point. So you've made the government a big beneficiary of your estate. Well, what percentage? Whatever their income tax level is. So if they're already making $80,000 a year, suddenly they're paying taxes on $180,000 in that first year, or even more in successive years. So this is one way the government makes itself your beneficiary. It's good to put some money away for retirement, but you've got to be very conscious of the taxes that you're going to have to pay when you're taking it out and when it goes to the next generation. That's nice. So by now you've hopefully gotten some good information out of this. We still have one more point to go, but please like and subscribe and turn on the notifications. It really does help us out most importantly, it helps us get this valuable information out to the public that needs to know what's going on so they can make smarter decisions about their future and that of their estates. All right, so I am out here at North Beach in St. Augustine, and it's really not all that crowded, but then again, it's a weekday. People are working. So, as people are working, what is the best way to plan for retirement? Now, things vary. You get a good financial advisor like the ones that we work with. They're gonna give you the exact thing for your situation. But over the years, I've seen there is a kind of basic plan that covers the majority of people, maybe the vast majority, but maybe not. And it's this simple. If you're working for a company and you've got a 401k and the company's matching some of your contributions, match it. Take the free money. Don't just say, oh, well, if they're gonna match up to 4%, I'm only gonna put 2% in this year. No, take the 4% because that's really 8%. Take whatever the match is. Oh, should I put more money in my 401k after that? No, not necessarily. What's better? If there's a way that you can contribute to a Roth IRA or a 401k, pay the taxes, put that money in. If the company's matching your Roth, well, you'd probably rather do that, but that's the second level is Roth. And then what's the third level? Oh, well, I can still put money away in an IRA. Whoa, wait a minute. Now suddenly you're projecting down the road, there might be an awful lot more in taxes. Look hard at that and see, maybe now it's time to put something away, say in whole life insurance or something that you can borrow against the death benefit and it's not taxable. That's a strategy that a lot more of my clients are looking at. So by the time they get to retirement, it's not 100% taxable that they've built up on their investments, and there's something that they can just pull with very little consequence so that they're not paying a whole bunch of income taxes that they don't need to. All right, so what's a second way that the government very sneakily tries to make itself your beneficiary? Unfortunately, they're doing this with beneficiaries who have special needs. In other words, they're getting disability, they're getting Medicaid, the government's supposed to be helping them, and then suddenly they come out with this great thing called like an ABLE account. And oh, well, you can put money in and it's not going to count against your benefits and you can use it for all of these health purposes. That part's great, but they're also pushing that other people can contribute to your ABLE account. Well, what happens to the money after you pass on? Well, then the government pulls that money out. It's theirs up to whatever benefit they gave out during the lifetime. So you're basically giving all of that money that you haven't spent to the government. Does this mean don't do ABLE accounts? No. If a person is receiving disability, Medicaid's their health insurance, they can only work so many hours per week because they can't go over that $2,000 limit. Yeah, go ahead and put whatever money you can in there, but then take it out and use it. Take it out and use it each year. Your goal for that should be to make your quality of life better by putting money into that ABLE account and then using it. Don't let it grow over massive periods of time so it accumulates, because then you really are only making the government your beneficiary. All right, so what's the third way that the government is very sneakily trying to make itself your beneficiary? And this is Medicaid Recovery. I go into this a lot more in my program on Medicaid planning. You can actually get free information at the MedicaidPlanningWebinar.com. But Medicaid Recovery ends up being one of the most onerous things when people think that, oh, I can get Medicaid for long-term care and I can end up saving the house. Well, If the house is just in your name, they can recover and pull all that money back. But even more sneakily, they have these long-term care partnership programs where you can still qualify for Medicaid even though you have more money. If it's invested in what they have, what they say is okay, then you can get it, but that money now has to be used for long-term care. Well, what happens to it if you die? They get the money. Even worse, the way Medicaid recovery rules work, they can only get against probate assets. So if you've set up a trust or you've set up some stuff as joint property with the right of survivorship, which is sometimes something we do in real estate, the government can go after that when normally they would be able to because you were part of this partnership. Now, if that isn't sneaky, I don't know what is. So now we've reached the end of the video. I hope you found that information useful. Please, again, like and subscribe to the channel so that we can get the word out there. It really helps the algorithms. And now, as I always tell my clients, please stay safe, plan ahead, and enjoy life. And whatever you do, make it a great day.